It's Gloria from Golden Bucket Farm. I'm the Jersey Lady 1 on YouTube, and today I'm making little embellishments. I guess I'm in good company because when I stop for a while to watch some YouTube videos, I think about in the first group that I watched, half a dozen of the crafters were making embellishments of one type or another. Lori Seabrook. Hi, Lori. We're glad you're better and able to make videos again. She was using a little mason jar die, really cute. So go look for that. Roxyfur, Roxyfur. Roxy was making or using crepe paper gathered with thread as opposed to pleating it with glue to make rosettes. And so those are just two of the ones. Anyway, I wanted to make better use of some of my smaller stamps. Like I have from the Dollar Tree here, Love and Smile. And this one is just a stamp from the dollar bin, which is a little ticket. So I thought, how can I make these rather than just plunking them on stuff to make them more important? So what I did was, well, first of all, with these little self-inking stampers, rather than just using it like this, where you just, stamp it down, if you put the stamp onto a stamp pad, that little edge, that little rectangle edge around the image of the stamp will ink and show then when you stamp it. So you come out, yeah, you've got your image, but then you have this cute little border around the edge. And so I'm using my, what are these? Paper Studio. Well, any decorative scissors, but that's where these are from. It has this little wave pattern here. I've found that I can, aren't they a pain when they get down to this end and you kind of get smushy paper, but when you use more in here, what do I call that, the crotch of the scissors, depending on how you place that little Humpty Bumpty part, line it up right, yeah, then you get this nice little ticket shape on the end of your paper. And then you can put it together with whatever, little other little pieces that you have, So like here I have this, I think I have a couple sizes of this little Sizzix die, but I mean, I don't always use that, but I'll use that as an example to layer. Okay, then that starts to make that little stamp a little more important. And I'm putting one together here where I colored in the little heart with my colored pencil. Or here I used my ticket stamp and then my little dollar set of Studio G little letter stamps and put hope, and this one says joy. So I've got, now I've got something a little more important to look at with layering. Okay. On this one I took Okay, I took the stamp and put it on 2 layers of cardstock. The lighter pink I edged with my little, oh yeah, just a little tiny flat brush, and went around it with gesso. So it gives not only the white color, but gives a little dimension to it also. And then use my 1/4-inch punch to punch out some little glitter dots. Here I fussy cut a tiny flower, still a small one, kind of a medium-sized one here, to put on my crepe paper rosette. And yeah, you're able to build up a nice embellishment. When I started this set, I was using, here I put one on a tag, one of my tags that I make from cereal boxes, couple layers, and then topped off with my homemade painty stampy papers that I make from deli wrap. Yeah. Anyway, I had cut out from scraps of a stack pack, or a mat stack, actually. What was it? Sweets, I think it was, from Die Cuts with a View, and I've had that one, kind of the tail ends of that, for a long time. So one of the papers had flowers, so I cut out some tiny ones, some small ones, medium ones, and large ones. But after I used those up, then I thought, well, what am I going to use instead? So I got out this die, and I don't know, I bought that on a D-stash. I don't know who. I have things like this in several sizes that I got on a D-stash a while back, and sure have enjoyed them. Thank you. I don't even remember who I got them from. But anyway, yeah, there. Let's see, can I put it where you can? Oh, here, I'll put it on me. Just a real nice thing that kind of can take the place of a flower. If you didn't have a die, cut out a little flower, and here I edged that with the gesso too. And I started out making bows with like my 1/8 inch satin ribbon, and then I thought, you know what, I'm gonna try some curly ribbon. And I have one of these sets where you get the Christmas colors and then white and gold, so you can wrap packages all year. But those little bows have worked out real nicely. Like on this one, I made the bow and then put on some little streamers, and yeah, they have a nice little sheen to them, and they're easy to tie and glue. So, and I like the little that little curly business that they have going on there. That just adds a little more dimension too. So on this ticket and this one, I took some of my Memento inks and just dabbed with a sponge, dabbed some color on to my white cardstock to make color for that center ticket. Okay, so that's what I'm working on right now. Let's see here. Oh, what do we have? That's one I cut off. Okay. Oh, I should talk about the crepe paper. To make my little crepe paper fans, which I put behind, I used just a a circle. I sure use my 1-inch. Is this from Paper Studio too? Yeah. One of the closest, I live out in the country, so one of the closest craft stores is Hobby Lobby, so I have a lot of Paper Studio stuff. But anyway, I take my glue and just put like a half circle of glue on the circle punch there. And I use about 6 inches of crepe paper and I cut it in half. The regular width crepe paper. And 6 inches is plenty for, because I'm just making half. For these, I don't need a whole circle. I just need like a half one. And so then I just kind of, pleat it on there and pushing as I go. And then when I started, I was using these little fussy cut flowers for the middle of the crepe paper rosette, but I ran out of that. So I was looking around again in my scraps to see what I had. This one, you probably can't see on the camera, but that's a kind of a shiny paper, and then it has like little glitter dots on it embossed on there. So it was just a tiny scrap, like that. But I used this little circle die then to make that for the middle. So a while back on one of my videos, I was talking about, I think I was making ATC cards. And when you, or pocket letter cards, and you have if you get a kind of a formula in your head, they won't all look exactly the same, but they're kind of variations on a theme. And so, like on these, what is the formula or what is the recipe? Well, you have some kind of focal point. In this case, it's a stamp or a sentiment, and then 1 or 2 layers behind it. Okay, we have some kind of little sparkle, a little doodad. We have a bow with a center element. We have some kind of flower or leaf or geometric shape on the side, and then your little crepe paper fan. So once you get that kind of thing in your head, you can make, a bunch of these, and they aren't all exactly the same, but you don't have to reinvent the wheel every time. So this is one that I'm working on now. I have my love stamp that I stamped with that little edge by putting it onto the ink pad and then coloring in my heart. Put on, and when I put on sequins, I use my glossy accents because I know they're not gonna fall off then. I punched out 2 little dots again from just it was kind of like looks like pattern paper that had glossy accents and glitter on it. Okay, so I did 2 of those, made my little bow. All right, and then here I backed my little die cut because I didn't have any more of those pink flowers. Back that with a white circle that I die cut out. All right, so now we'll put that on, and yeah, my husband will come by and he'll say, well, what kind of a project, what are you working on? Well, just little doodads. Okay, so we'll put that down. And what's in here, I buy these, I love these buy these little fine tip bottles off Amazon, and I put my quick drying tacky glue on there, and then let's see, I think I'll use some ATG on there. Well, let's get a little more here. There we go. Now let's see. We want the ends to be, hidden. So let's say that looks good. All right, there we go. So I have another one ready to use, whether I use those in an album or I use them on a tag, or like here I put one on a ATG card, an ATC card, sorry about that, around a tag. Yeah, just fun, and it's nice to use up my scraps, and this is a little project that I can kind of get the elements laid out, and if I have just a few minutes while I'm waiting for the pasta to cook, or the vegetables to steam in the microwave or whatever, I can just hop in and oh, I know what I forgot. I was going to say, I got distracted on my crepe paper. I said I put glue on half of my little sheet, and then around my little circle, and then just, I don't know. Now I'm questioning myself, but anyway, yeah, I just go around like that until I get as much of the circle as I think I need, and then I tip it with glitter nail polish. This one happens to be a silver, but you can get all manner of pretties for $1 at the Dollar Tree, and that really just finishes that little embellishment off, I think. So, all right, thanks for watching. I sure enjoy watching all the pretties that you make. Thanks for the support to my channel. If you're not a subscriber, I'd love to have you do that. Take care, God bless, and happy crafting. Ta-ta for now.